Hi, my name is Clara and I'll be sharing a bit of my research with you today. I am a law student in PUC-PR Curitiba and I was advised by Professor Cláudia Barbosa. My project is entitled Analysis of Spaces for Citizen Participation in Brazilian Judicial Policy according to Sherry Arnstein's Letter of Participation. The military coup of 1964 abruptly interrupts any previously initiated process of communication between the Brazilian government and its civil society, and censorship quickly took the place of any form of dialogue. However, the reestablishment of democracy after 21 years of military dictatorship creates room for vertical dialogue, which translates into different forms of civil participation. And civil participation, which is different from popular participation, more on that later, plays an essential role in a democratic state of law. It is also of paramount importance that the judicial system is transparent and that there is due accountability. The Letter of Participation, created by author Sherry Arnstein, helps us understand all those concepts and apply them to the Brazilian reality. There is a primarily difference between civil participation and popular participation. Civil participation is a relationship between public institutions and civil society, thus guiding participation in politics. On the other hand, popular participation is a practice of social movements in the dispute of their rights. So while citizen participation is instituted by governments, popular participation never happens that way. In terms of democracy, Brazil has shown a huge progress in comparison with other democracies around the world, which is very impressive considering Brazil has only very recently become a polyarchy. Polyarchy is a term created by political scientist Robert Dahl with the aim of establishing different degrees of democratization. After all, no nation would have been able to reach the full level of a democracy. Therefore, polyarchies are those that have reached the highest possible degree of democratization. In a true polyarchy, transparency and liability are essential to make the judicial system more efficient. And this is what accountability is all about. We found in this research that we can classify them as social, vertical, and horizontal. The judiciary is the main agent of independent, horizontal accountability. According to Sherry Arnstein, it's absolutely necessary to have power in order to actually affect the outcome of the process, and therefore, civil participation only occurs effectively when there is redistribution of power. To illustrate this dynamic, she creates the Letter of Participation. The Letter of Participation is organized into 8 rungs, each corresponding to a different level of participation, which are all duly discussed in this research. For this research, we've chosen to investigate 3 procedures of the Brazilian judicial system and look at them through the lenses of Sherry Arnstein's Letter of Participation and the modalities of accountability. With all these analyses, it's easy to come to the conclusion that the systems of citizen participation currently in place in Brazil are imperfect. But this conclusion cannot lead civil society into the direction of hopelessness, into thinking that things cannot work in Brazil. They can, and they must. Not because the state and the powerful will change their minds and offer the excluded space to help build the country, but because people can only take so much manipulation before realizing that they can actually make things happen and make the change the government pretends to care about bringing about. Well, the military dictatorship was defeated by the people. The right to vote was conquered by the people. And it will be the people again who will climb Arnstein's steps towards full citizen participation to then build an ever more just and equal society. Thank you for your time.